right. So we're rolling. Do you need to clap?
Can you just clap real quick?
I get to do it?
Yeah, you get to do it. He gets to do it, I guess. You lost your
Nobody
chance,
was
dude.
doing it. Nick, you clap.
got beat out.
Nick, clap.
All right, I'll clap. We'll have the audio will be so synced, dude.
Good job, dude. That was a good clap.
Sounded good.
I used to work in the industry. Zach. I don't know if I've regaled you with these tales of my failed career. I'm sure that I have. Noah, I did the phoniest thing. You were telling Quincy. Good God. Your dad's not here, so I'm going to be a lot meaner to you.
Quincy, hey, go. Come on. Get out.
Good girl. No Ben this episode, you guys, but we have producer Zack sitting
me.
in.
What's up? It's me, Ben. I'm Jewish and stuff. You know?
Ben had to work. We're doing this it's a night cast. Ben had to work, but
Yeah, usually Zach doesn't have clothes on when we do this. We usually make him sit.
I don't like it. I don't like wearing clothes. It's not my thing.
Yeah, well, we're like a real Hollywood production, dude. We have all the PAs. There's an army of nude PAs that you don't see behind every episode.
That's why I fell
we
asleep
feed them
last
like
episode.
bags of Southwest Airline peanuts. That's what they get while they're here.
We have fluffers.
Zach usually keeps Ben hard. Is what it is. Ben can't think if he's not hard.
Zach is usually in a beanbag chair, limp stroking for the entire 50 minutes. But we're happy. I'm excited. I'm glad you're on the
it's
episode,
sick.
dude.
I'm happy to be on a podcast finally.
Yeah, dude.
good.
Hey, we're gonna get you on some other podcasts
For
too.
sure.
I'm gonna reach out to.
100%.
Well, we won't mention names, but I'm reaching out to. We'll do
Big names.
You'll be doing.
Yo,
you can
let's
believe
fucking
it.
go, dude.
We'll bleep
Let's
that
go.
out. Noah was telling me. Noah was in the middle of a story about getting homeless people out of
This is exciting.
his Starbucks, and I told him.
I didn't get them out. I helped them out when they were not doing hot. Was what a lot of it was. Because I mean, we weren't like there were so many homeless people in there all the time that we didn't really kick them out. So we just, if they got really thirsty, I'd give them water or something like that.
That's good.
I was kind of like a manager. I shepherded the homeless.
to corral
and
the homeless.
I catered to their homeless needs,
Right.
which is usually just water or just asking them what was wrong if their eyes wouldn't stop moving or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a guy named Tarek who his eyes would just roll around his head the whole time he was in there. And so we used to ask him what was wrong. Apparently he just didn't like fluorescent lights, and that's the way his body decided to react.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that fully.
It's sane, dude. He was from Jamaica. Yeah.
That guy sounds sick.
He's not used to
Cool guy.
to the bright LEDs. No, honestly, because my girlfriend used to work at a Starbucks where they had a lot of homeless clientele, and it's like, how much what was the ratio of homeless to regular clientele? Because at some point, a place just kind of gets like taken over.
Legit, 10 to 1. Normal people to homeless.
Normal people to homeless. Yeah.
Not the other way around.
That would be insane.
We would just be a shelter. It's not
They're already there when you open up in the morning. They're just like milling around.
Yeah. No, they sleep here, and Noah's got to clean their dressings. That's the job. No, I made friends with a lot of those guys. Tarek was one of my friends out there. I was like 17, and I was friends with a homeless 40-year-old Jamaican guy. And he told me one time that, like, America's broadened his horizons so much because, he's met all these people that make him feel differently since coming to this new place. And one of the things that had changed for him is in his home village, if he found out someone was gay, they'd all gang up and kill him at the church.
Jesus Christ.
And he said, now I start to think maybe a ting is not not evil, just that maybe who you are,
I used to, every morning I would wake up, I would beat a gay man to death.
We had a rock. It was a special gay kill rock thing.
We had a special homophobic rock. And ever since I come to America, I do not do it anymore.
We gotta make mistakes.
We draw boobs on a pair of rock, and we hit the gay in the head with it.
That's what they're trying to help.
Yeah.
That's as best that those crazy backwards Jamaicans know how. They're trying to help you. When I worked at the mall, I've told this story on so many podcasts, but I'm going to tell it you guys. I worked across from this guy who's from the Ivory Coast. His name was Frank. Frank sold these little... They were like, I think they were for your back. They were these little like gel pouches, but they had a thing in them and you pressed it and then they would heat up. And Frank would come over and just like, we were buddies and he would like lament. He would go, I need this job so bad, man. I lose every job I have. You know why? I get fired from every job. You know why? Because a witch. A witch cursed my family years ago. It's bullshit, man. It's total bullshit. Everybody in my family have bad luck. So I'm like, okay, Frank is awesome. And then a day later, there was like a pregnant woman pushing a stroller. Like she's like pregnant with a kid, like in the middle of the day in the mall, and he's like, hey baby, let me fuck your pussy. He's shouting the most sexually explicit shit in the middle of the mall, and I'm like, that witch is cursed, man.
Damn, dude. My dad got stalked by a witch. Yeah.
What?
I'm serious. He got stalked by a witch for a little bit.
Yeah.
He was preaching at a church that was having a problem with satanic rituals happening there on break-ins. And the whole time he was... I mean, we had a witch in our neighborhood growing up. I used to run into her and stuff.
Was your dad a preacher?
He is. He still is.
Have you said that on the podcast?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so. Yeah, my dad's an ordained minister. He's like an Old Testament scholar and a Southern Baptist preacher. And
oh man!
But I grew up on a seminary campus.
Well,
so,
I knew that you were like big in the church when you were younger. I guess I'm a bad listener. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's all good, dude. You know, fuck it. Hey, good to meet you. My name is Noah. Thank you for letting me into your home. You know, I really appreciate you guys letting me be here.
God damn it. Sorry, but you had a problem with a witch?
Yeah, we had a witch. She'd come up and kill rabbits on the seminary. She'd kill rabbits in the seminary. And I'd ride my bike sometimes, and she'd be standing in the middle of the bike path, just like looking at me and stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of witches in where I grew up. There's a lot of like witches and like cults and stuff like that. We had a cult problem near my house too. We had a cult that would chant. They would keep me up at night when I was little because they would chant up on the hill.
No, that's the craziest fucking thing I've ever. Cult, you would be awake at night because a cult is chanting on a hill outside your window.
Have I told you the story about my roommate who lost his mind? And he thought there was like an impending gender war, and he had like a psychotic. He cut himself a lot in my living room, and like he thought there was going to be a gender war, that he was the Messiah to bring it on, and he had to die in a viral YouTube video, and it was going to start a gender war that the women were going to win. But
it's a man of the modern era.
Yeah, but apparently, so when I was growing up, there was like a cult that would go up on this hill near my house growing up, and they'd chant, and it'd freak me out. And like I would ask people, like, I would tell my mom, like, hey, I'm hearing people, you know, I'm hearing voices coming from up on that hill, and everybody's like, go to bed, you're making it up. I found out while I was living with this dude, he used to be in a cult called like Church of the Sun or something like that, and I used to go up on that hill when I was like 7-8 years old and chant it out.
No,
I don't know.
That's a story from like the mid 1800s.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about,
dude? Marin is a special place because magic is real there, and I gotta tell you, magic is scary. It's never fun. No. It's not cool. Magic is real in Marin County, and everybody thinks Marin County is all like deadhead, like famous people and rich people. There's a poor side to Marin County, and everybody who is in that side is scary. It's like we've got do you know about the Sausalito boat people?
Of course I don't.
Yeah, well, there was a documentary that came out about them. There's like a giant community of people who live on boats, and they all smoke meth and rob each other at gunpoint, just like in the lagoon next to literally the richest place on the planet.
Dude, they're just doing like Waterworld in a lake.
Yeah,
Just like fucking...
that's what it is. And they tried to come to shore a couple years ago. They made a shanty town during COVID. And the city bulldozed it and forced them back out into the water.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Again, that's like you have a second class citizens who have been banished to a closed body of water.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I lived in Waterworld.
Noah, that is astounding. That is unbelievable.
I love talking about where I grew up because people have this very one-dimensional image of it, because it's like if you drive into Marin, like most of what you see is like people, like it's beautiful, and there's a lot of people with like plastic surgery driving Teslas, like all that shit. But I grew up poor in Marin County, so all my friends were poor, all the adults I met were poor, like all this stuff. And there's like a serious weird kind of underbelly of Marin County. There was like a guy who used to like live in a shack up on the hill behind the high school. That was me. I hit the chair. That's my fault.
That's all good, man.
Yeah. So yeah, Marin County is a wild place.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Did your dad have to do like spiritual battle with this witch?
Yeah, dude. He used to stand out front of my house with a wand. No, I think he just ignored her. But she would like show up at like Safeway and stuff while he was shopping, and he just said there was like a solid year where like everywhere he went, she was there.
Was she beautiful?
You know what? She was probably really pretty when she was younger, but she was an old witch. She was like she had long gray hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
if I grew up in a town, if I grew up in a town, but if I grew up in a town where there were beautiful witches, I would crash on those rocks, dude. My ship would be fucking called, the siren song would totally ensnare me.
Yeah, I've heard about relationships with witches, and it sounds like no fun.
Yeah.
They're always, doing spooky stuff in the living room.
If my bitch was casting spells, now listen, my girlfriend is no stranger to saging bad spirits out of the house. That's real. You have to do that. But if I got tangled up with a woman who was like, what's funny though? My girlfriend like threatens to do this stuff because my girlfriend will like read about, maybe I am dating a scary witch. She'll like leave out bowls of water to make moon water. And I don't know if you guys have ever had moon water.
I've heard it. Can you refresh me so I can have the most accurate and real idea of what moon water is?
All that I know about it is that it's a bowl of water that's been left out all night in the moon.
Oh, of course.
Okay. And for a while, she was like, "What would you do if you found out that I was like mixing?" Well, I shouldn't even say this on the podcast, but what would you do? She was like, "What would you do if you found out that I was like taking a jar and mixing like your hair with like other things and keeping it under the bed?" And I was like, I don't know for why, for what purpose? She was like, to make you love me more. I'm like, I think the opposite thing would happen, dude.
That sounds like witchery.
It's total. I think she's just dabbling. I don't think she's a full. She's not a witch.
I don't know.
I don't talk about this with anybody. She won't be pleased to know that
witch-like.
I do love
sounds
that
very witch-esque.
I do love that it's coming out that you're afraid in your own home and you've been battling with this problem that you haven't talked about.
Well, there's just little, and it's funny to be afraid in my own home because my home is so small.
Yeah.
So like if anything, it's like we live in like a 1-bedroom apartment, so I'm like, there's not much you can like sneak under my nose.
Spirits though.
But I keep waking up with my shoes on and there's mud in the house. I don't know.
I've been having crazy sleep paralysis, but that is neither here nor there.
Nuts, yeah.
Sleep paralysis, dude. I had a horrible. It's never cool to talk about your dreams, but I had a crazy bout of sleep paralysis, and it's multiple times. That's what we started.
Do you get like the demons, or like what do you get?
I get the demons. Dude.
Okay.
I get like the full on like Benadryl, like Hat Man, all this shit.
Really?
And that was why we saged the apartment, because I was having such consistently bad sleep paralysis, and I had this like really bad episode where I jolted awake, like so I pulled myself awake screaming, where like I woke up in the middle of the night and I got the vibe that like I was like, I don't want to turn to the door because somebody's in the doorway. And I was like, I don't want to turn to the door. I don't want to turn to the door. And then I turned over to the door, and obviously there's like a 7-foot tall guy with like, with like glowing.
Dude, she's letting spirits in, dude.
Obviously, there's a 7-foot tall guy with like red eyes looking at me. So then I freak out and I pull myself. I think I've woken up. I pull myself awake, and then I like launch myself to like the end of the bed. So now I'm looking over like the foot of the bed, and there's just like a bunch of little guys with red eyes who all start like screaming at me.
Sick.
And then I pull myself awake again, and now I'm pretty sure I'm awake, but I still feel like somebody's in the doorway. So I just spent the rest of the night like awake, not facing the door.
That rocks.
So then she was like, "We got to get some fucking sage for this house, dude." Yeah. And the other thing that was insane, this was the really crazy thing is, I have this old computer that will not turn on. So like normally, your computer doesn't make noise unless you open it. So I have this old computer that won't turn on unless it's like plugged into a power source. Like the battery doesn't work on it. We kept getting woken up in the middle of the night by sound, like YouTube videos blaring full blast from my computer while it was shut.
Damn.
So then we moved it. So then we moved it out to the fucking like living room. I put it under the couch. It woke us up again. This happened like 6 times.
Bro.
Wow.
I got rid of the computer.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to go to your house probably.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
It's
fucking
so-
crazy.
You shouldn't go to your house. Like,
It's insane. But it's absurd to have a 1-bedroom like first
A
floor
1-bedroom
apartment that's
ghost,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, like, he's got nowhere to go.
the
dude.
studio ghost. Yeah.
How old is your...
The building's old.
building.
The
Okay.
building is definitely old. I mean, I don't know. It's like a brick building. It's probably similar in age to this building, It's not
Okay.
one of the newer apartments because we have
Okay.
like nice like wood floors and like molding and everything.
Then it's probably real.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude.
Sorry to tell you, dude. It sounds like you got ghosts in there.
I got to get like a millennial gray like particle board like unhaunted apartment like.
Yeah, dude. If I got ghosts, that'd be bad because I'm in a studio.
And you got nobody.
They don't even have a hallway to haunt. Where is he gonna go? The corner of the room.
Your ghosts are witnessing such depravity. Dude.
Oh yeah, poor ghost, dude. He's like, to God, please assign me somebody else.
He's trying to haunt you, but you're plugged into like 3 screens with a podcast.
I'm like, bro,
on.
leave me alone, dude. I'm playing Rocket League. I'm listening to Joe Rogan. Like,
That's fucking no. I believe in all that shit. I'm insane.
yeah.
I do too. I try to logic my way out of it, but I think my heart on the inside knows when witches and ghosts are
I don't
afoot.
believe in it, but I think I'm in denial about it.
You're in
you
denial,
know?
dude.
Like, I
Yeah.
lived in an old house and old shit would always be happening, and I was like, nah. It's not a ghost, dude. The
was
dogs are barking at nothing.
Well, this is all due to the thinning of the veil, as you guys know.
Yeah.
You know about the thinning of the veil.
No.
This is all the shit. I read this shit so much. Like,
Dude, I think you're a witch. I think it's all
dude,
covered.
my
Like,
Twitter feed is all just like we've recovered an egg, like we've recovered like a UFO, an amorphous metal egg, and here's a video of it. All the shit. I follow all these like schizophrenic like Orthodox Christian guys who are like, we're entering like the Earth's magnetic fields are reversing, so. That means that like we're experiencing like the thinning of the veil, which means like more people are picking up on like the supernatural, like the frequencies that like separate us from like supernatural shit is like going away. This is, dude. I'll read this stuff. I literally like I was this deep in like an 80 tweet thread on Twitter about like this giant hole that they dug in somewhere in the tundra. Maybe it was in Siberia. And they dug the hole so deep, but they got to a point where like the heat from the center of the earth. So they sent down like a heat-proof like microphone and to like capture these weird sounds people were hearing. And like when they got the recording back, it was just the sound of like a million people like screaming. and
I knew it was gonna be something like that, dude. Why would you go to Antarctica to dig a hole that deep? Like do it in Maine.
I was like,
that's where that stuff lives,
dude. My girlfriend will like, she'll see him on my phone and she'll be like, "What are you reading?" I'm like, "The news." I'm like, I should start sending this shit to like my 86-year-old friend.
She'll love it. Yes.
No, so my brain is like fried in regards to this shit. Like I don't know how much I believe any of this stuff, but the problem is I am learning it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going in.
It's going in. Like there's like I didn't learn math. I didn't learn anything useful. I learned about the Siberian borehole.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's good.
It's you're opening doors.
For sure.
That's what it is. You're opening doors.
Good doors to be opened. You know? Those are windows you want open, wide open.
But no, that's man, your town sounds fucking crazy, dude.
It was crazy. I don't know.
We had homeless in camp. Like we had like tent cities, like off the freeways, like where I grew up, and obviously in Los Angeles. I mean, all the parks turned into like homeless encampments. But no, man, that sounds. I would love to visit Marin.
Yeah, dude. You go out there, fucking go get on a boat. You know, do whatever you got to do. Meet some homeless guys. They're all cool. I think it's a different kind of homeless, because it like we had like crazy homeless guys in Marin growing up, and you know, like I was friends with a witch homeless guy named Alex. I was friends with a guy named George who used to yell a lot, and there was Tarek. And then Chris, who he used to make a mohawk in his out of shit. He used to put shit in his hair and mohawk it.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we would talk about the Bible for a long time.
Yeah, because that's a godly guy.
Yeah, well, he would tell me like you know your name is Noah for a reason, and we would talk about the Bible. And he gave me baguette one time, which was nice.
You accepted that baguette from his hands?
Yeah, I ate shit covered baguette and talked about the Bible with a guy named Chris. But
did he have good insights?
No, he made no sense at all. It was. I remember getting frustrated with him because I was 16 and I didn't understand like crazy correctly. Yeah. For some reason the shit in his hair didn't tip me off that maybe logic is in his strong suit.
Bro, you're not making any sense right now.
Give me another piece of that bread. Yeah. Give me another piece of that brown bread.
It's making me sick, but what'd you put on it? It tastes so good.
That's insane.
But since I'm like moving to other cities, the homeless culture is not the same. You don't have these same like vagabondy characters.
Yeah.
They're all like lizards. Yeah. You know, it's like they're gonna eat you if you stand still too long.
There are some. Yeah, there were reasonable homeless people. You meet homeless people who are like clear headed and they like made peace with it. Yeah. Where it's like, look, I fucked up. I don't get to have a house, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just like, they get it, you know? It's like, yeah, but sometimes they still like, but they're like, but I deserve that furniture. You know? We would see homeless guys posted up under freeways. It's like, this motherfucker has a credenza. What the fuck is he doing? Where is he getting this shit? My friend Daniel saw a guy where it's like, he has steps.
Yeah.
To what?
That would be cool to rob a stoop to sit on under a bridge. That would be good.
It'd be fucking, but the stoop is the best part of the house.
Absolutely.
That's all you want.
I miss my stoop, dude. I had a stoop in Portland. It was good stuff. We used to take pictures on it. Like the Minor Threat house.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Dude.
Iconic.
Yeah.
We didn't have really homeless people where I grew up.
Which you were in Florida first.
No, Florida, but then Minnesota mostly.
It's
like it's too cold.
Way too cold.
Too cold.
Yeah.
I'm amazed the ones here hang around, dude.
Oh yeah, no, they're troopers. I respect them.
Dude, I see homeless guys. I see homeless guys in the summer, and then I don't see them and then they come back in the summer, and I'm like, I'm impressed. Like you've developed.
Like, it's a great city.
Well, we don't like these guys too much. One of these guys is like, well, they're all aggressive, but. No, yeah,
you got the guy in your neighborhood
who punched my girlfriend, and we also just have this old Chinese man who just like spits vicious insults at whoever passes by him.
That guy rocks. Yeah, that guy's sick.
He's doing like the Asian squat, smoking, and if you walk too close, he's like, "You motherfucker, I'll kill you so much." It's like, and you're like, relax, dude.
We had a guy in Portland who would ride his bike and then he'd hurl insults as he rode by, but he'd be going too fast for you to catch up with him. He called me a faggot for having cuffs on my pants one time.
Dude, so there was this guy. That guy's awesome.
Yeah.
There was this guy in East LA, and he was there. I witnessed his antics for like 5 straight years because I would move to different parts of the city, and then I would still see this guy. And so I first encountered him in East LA, but then he would also make his way downtown. He was this guy. He would wear a Viking hat, like with the horns. And he would take his bike and he would ride in circles in intersections, like when the light turned green, and he would just flip the cars off with both his hands, and he wouldn't let anybody go. Yeah. And then actually people just started like driving, but I think he was trying to get hit. I think he wanted to get like a settlement or like an insurance something. And but dude, he was like the most gleefully mean man I've ever seen in my life.
See, we're worried about witches, but they could never touch a guy like that.
No.
You know, that guy's got mental fortitude.
No.
That's pure, I don't know. He knows himself. He's grounded.
I think, well, I would say it's more just that the devil is already working through him. He is a
Never mind.
conduit
The
for-
witch is one. That's, yeah, I don't know. I was picturing him on God's side, is what I thought.
No, this guy had dark energy. This was not like sometimes you see a
Black
homeless
Lodge.
guy and you're like, fuck yeah, dude, you're free. This guy, it's like, no, you're trying to make everybody as miserable as you.
Okay. Yeah.
You are in a prison of your own mind. Which,
Damn.
fair enough, you know.
Yeah.
Zachy, but you had no homeless people where
No
you grew
homeless
up?
people, dude.
So this is all new to you?
Yeah, it's pretty new. I've gotten. I think I get it now.
Yeah.
I think I've caught up.
You're like,
I caught up. Yeah.
I'm good on this. I don't
I'm
think I
good.
need.
You know, everyone from like I grew up in kind of like a.
You hear one Grateful Dead album, you're like, I get it. I don't need more of this.
Yeah, but I like grew up in like kind of a wealthy suburb, so everybody
Nice.
was like sort of evil and sort of rich. Like
So me too, but
Yeah.
so the cool thing was we had one homeless guy.
Oh, yeah.
In our, his name was, oh fuck, it wasn't Moose. There was like we had this, and the funny thing was he was even like a rich version of a homeless guy, where it's
Yeah.
like he wasn't truly homeless, but he was so schizophrenic that he wanted to be outside, and occasionally he would like have enough, and his family would come pick him up. Maybe it was Moose, maybe it was Scratch, but he was just this big like fat like black guy, pretty friendly, never wore shoes. One time I sat next to him in the stall at the grocery store, and this man was like. If there was like an Olympics for like the loudest shits that you could take, this man would take home gold in every fucking
Damn,
event,
hell yeah.
dude. But that was the only. So we had like a controlled exposure to homeless. I got my
Oh, yeah.
training wheel homeless.
Okay, yeah.
But you had a guy or no? You-
no, not even a guy.
Not even a guy.
No?
I was just doing great, I guess.
That's nice.
Like you'd run into homeless people when you go to like Minneapolis, but
Okay.
even then it was just like a few.
yeah.
Because it's so cold.
I saw a homeless guy. I don't know if it'll be hard to, unless you're from there, it's hard to explain how crazy this is. So like the Eastern Shore in Maryland, you have to cross a bridge across like this huge bridge across the Chesapeake Bay to get over
Okay.
to it, and then you're in like all these like rural towns. Towns are like fucking like the neighbors are like really far apart. It's a lot of fields, a lot of farms, and there's like no public transportation because we were driving to see my grandfather. I don't know if we were on Kent Island or what, but we're driving like past this like cornfield like farm, and there's a homeless guy just like pushing a cart full of shit, like a grocery cart full of shit, and you're like, how did you even
Yeah.
fucking get here?
Dude,
Yeah, he's living Lord of the Rings. Yeah. He started with a house. Is what happened.
Dude, rural poverty is like insane.
It's
when you get-
crazy.
like we were like me and my family were driving through Montana, and we got to this one town. It had a population of like 80, and on the side of one barn, just written in big red letters, was just meth. It wasn't like don't do meth. It was just meth. That was the whole thing.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome because meth is it's a force of nature out
Yeah.
there, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like it's bad, you know.
We're not even judging. We just acknowledge that
Yeah.
it is the most
It's
important
here.
factor
Yeah.
in our. It fuels our economy.
Yeah, we love it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think about all. There's this town in Pennsylvania called Centralia.
Okay.
It's the inspiration for like Silent Hill. It's this town where it used to be a mining town, but there was a mine, like the mine caught on fire.
Yeah.
And it's gonna burn for like, cause it's all coal. So like the mine fire is still burning. It's been burning for like 40 or 50 years, and it'll burn for like another few hundred years. And so like gradually, like all roads to the town have like been blocked off, and like people gradually left. But there are still, I think, 10 people who live there, who want to stay. And the government is like allowing them to stay. But it's like, I cannot even fucking imagine what
Yeah.
that like what are they eating? Because I'm like, the grocery stores aren't open. Like, wow, how the fuck are these people surviving? What is that like, man?
Fucking eating visitors is what they're doing. They're eating whoever comes to their town.
Dude,
That guy with a cart is fucking, he's cold people food.
yeah, dude, I want to go there so bad. I want to because you can see the smoke like coming out of the ground.
Yeah, dude, that's where you can like fucking summon payment. That's what that town is. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, dude. Centralia.
Okay, so you grew up in kind of like a rich, evil neighborhood. What is an example of the people being evil?
That's a good question. Like, I don't know. Like, just being like I used to work like at like sandwich shops and stuff.
Okay.
And you have to just deal with it. Or like Target. I worked at Target and had to deal with them, dude. That was a fucking nightmare. They think you're constantly stealing from them. Like, which is insane. Like, some guy who makes like millions, he's like, "Did you just keep my credit card? It's got $2 left on it." It's like, bro, kill yourself. Like, you have 4 houses.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Target brings out the evil in people
for sure.
And I went there looking for like disposable hot drink cups the other day. I couldn't find them. I walked around Target for 30 minutes swearing to myself. It's a fucking tough.
No,
hang,
it's a tough place, dude. Working there is a nightmare. And I was I was a card attendant, so I was like the bottom of the totem pole. Well, people just shit on you or whatever.
Target got fucked up when they started pretending to be a grocery store. Because like Target used to be more like I feel like you would go to Target to get like electronics and shit, right? Yeah. And now it's like, no, we carry all
shit. A grocery store.
But they don't carry in like that's exactly. You can't find like fucking disposable cups.
No, nothing,
It's like it's full of shit and none of it's good.
Yeah, they cut out like a third of their inventory to put in. Honestly, it's pretty good groceries. I live next to a Target, so I'm in Target a lot.
Good and Gather, their brand,
Yeah, but yeah, dude, they wrecked their regular inventory.
Mm-hmm.
You can't like get anything in a store anymore though. I mean, that's like maybe they probably saw the writing on the wall, like all this shit's going online.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, dude, Target makes me mad because I go in there. To your point, and honestly, to this reasonable rich man who you denigrated for no reason.
No,
because Target. Let me tell you something, man. Target employees. I had an insane experience with a Target employee. Yeah. I got a Target gift card for Christmas. Had like $50 on it. Yeah. Not to I'm not trying to fucking brag or anything, but it said on it this card is paper, so you have to be like careful taking it out. So I thought the whole thing was the card, and I was just trying to scan it. And the Target attendant comes over, and he goes, "Oh, no, you have to open it." And he just rips it in half. And then he realizes what he did.
Oh, dude, the fear he probably felt.
He rips the card in half, and then he, like, holds it together to scan it. And he's like, "Yeah, and you have to enter this number." And he's, like, not making eye contact. And I'm like, "Are you going to give me a new card, man?" And he goes, No, this should still work. You still have $30 on it." He just left. And I was like, this is fucking crazy.
Because if his manager finds out he's dead, dude.
Of course he is.
He's so dead.
And listen, I've been in that situation. I've fucked up before, but I was like, this is it's psychotic behavior. Dude, go get me a new card, dude.
Dude, the fucking managers at Target, they're fucking nightmares.
Slave drivers.
What was your manager
I had one guy, his name was James. He walked around with like this Legend of Zelda sweatshirt he never cleaned. It just like caked with dandruff.
Hell yeah.
He was basically a pedophile.
What on earth do you mean? He was basically
he
a
was
pedophile?
just like, if there was like a 17-year-old girl, he was so nice. He'd give them the easiest tasks. He was always talking to them and shit.
Okay, because that was one. So not just in aura, it was also in
both.
action.
Like I saw this guy, like he's probably a pedophile, and then he showed his colors. You know.
Okay, yeah, because there are some people that's like, God, you fuck kids. God, I can see it in your fucking mouth. I can see it in the way you talk.
Dude, he's got that. He had that, dude. He had that fucking James, dude. Fuck you. There's this lady named Malia. She was a bitch. She had a weird walk, you know?
Dude, I hate
she
that,
sucks,
dude. Just like, it's one foot in front of the other.
Yeah.
Fucking figure it out, bitch.
Yeah, she was evil. Fuck Malia.
Dude, girls named Malia.
Yeah.
Isn't there that? It's literally like the Latin root for like bad or something, right? Like.
No, I believe that.
I've never.
I mean, Mal is bad in Spanish.
Right. So isn't it? I feel like Malia. I mean, this is just based off of.
We get linguistic Nick over here.
My 1.9 GPA, high school diploma.
Chomsky
it does feel like it means like essence of bad.
Yeah.
And they live up to that.
True.
I have known 2 Malias in my life.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're not in my life anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not like I dated.
I've known one, and she was terrible.
They're just categorically terrible.
Yeah. I've never met a Malia, but I grew up with the presence of Christ in my household, so I think that we repelled them.
That's sick.
I'm gonna look up what Malia means because I swear to God, it's one of these things where like parents just think it sounds nice. They have no idea that they're like cursing their children.
Yeah, that was the worst job I ever had. You had to like clean up shit and stuff. You were the janitor. Like they don't tell you that when you work there, but you're like the janitor.
I had to do that at fucking. Dude, this is another thing. Does it mean essence of bad?
So it means it's contradictory. It means bitterness. But it also means wished for child, and it also means beloved.
Dude, this fucking.
So anybody named Malia
fucking
is a
astrology bullshit.
barren witch. That's what it is. It's just a womb full of dust.
Dude, I've seen the turds in Target. I have one.
Dude, you have no idea what I've seen, dude.
Bro, I got a picture on my phone because I walked into the Target. It was in Chicago. It was a Target in Chicago. Somebody dropped a log that was like physically. It was a log that like was larger than the hole of the toilet. So it was just like sticking out. It's like the size. It's like bigger than my foot.
Jesus.
And it's like it's not flushing.
Yeah.
And I had to take a picture of it and send it to the group
At
chat.
least I was in the toilet, dude.
Yeah, but dude, but it's gonna have to come out of the toilet. Like somebody, like it's not going down, dude.
Dude, one time I was like working, I was like pushing carts, and I got like a call on my walkie-talkie, and it was basically the pedophile guy. He's like, Zach, you need to come in here, and I'm like, what is it? And he goes, you just got to come in here.
There's the hottest kid in here.
He's so hot. Yeah, he likes Legend of Zelda just like me. You know. No, and I like walk in, and there's just a line of people like directing traffic, and I'm like, oh god, what's going on? And it's in front of like the makeup section. There's just a line of shit in front of it. I go, what the fuck happened? How did this happen? This is horrible. And he goes, this is just the beginning. It snaked around the entire makeup section. You know, like it's like nine columns. It snaked around the whole thing, and then it left there. Went around the entire store, the whole store,
dude.
and then ended at like the fountain, the water fountain, where there was just an explosion where the dude like bent over and all this shit had fallen all of his pants.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah,
it like
it propelled. It propelled, dude.
I bet if you watch the security tape, he's giggling the whole time.
Dude.
And that's not even the worst part. The worst part is that people didn't see it. So they're just dragging their carts into it.
Oh
so
my
it's
God.
streaking over the store.
Oh my god, dude!
And me and another basically pedophile Brian had to clean it up.
Dude, you and the pedo squad had to
I was clean, dude. I'm a normal, not pedophile.
Oh my god, that dude! If somebody took a shit in my Target, I don't care what the legality of it is. I'm like, the police are coming.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Yeah. I can't believe I cleaned it up, dude. I can't believe I didn't just quit. Like, I told the guy that I'd done that afterwards, and he goes, you did that? Whenever they ask me to, I just say, I'm not trained for this, and I leave.
Yeah.
Dude, well,
like,
I didn't legally they can't ask you to do it.
Which is insane.
Because it's a biohazard, right?
Yeah, exactly. I found that out because somebody called it into question after I'd been working at Starbucks for months.
Yeah.
And we had people who would like smear period blood on the walls, like shit like that. We had a guy who would purposely put paper towels around the toilet and pee on the floor around it.
Jesus.
Never found out who it was.
Listen,
but
that's just some good-natured rebellion, to be honest.
Well, I do you follow gang pissers on
No.
Okay, I'm gonna send you an Instagram. It's all people across the world come together to some of them like stand on the toilet and pee in a big circle around the room, or they'll like pee on the toilet paper in the stall. It's very funny.
You know what makes me so mad? I thought I invented this in like 8th grade. I'm like, I had no idea there was a community out there waiting for me.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I would have like a bad day in class, like the way I would blow off steam, pre-camera, pre-surveillance state. I would go into the boys' bathroom. I would just piss all over the wall.
That's so good, dude.
Nice, dude. Nice.
I didn't know. Oh, dude, send me gang pissers.
I'll send you it right now. But yes, somebody called in a biohazard team to take care of somebody shit all over the floor in the bathroom.
That's what should happen every time. That's because you can get so sick from that.
No,
Yes.
yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. It's insane. I still have PTSD from it.
Because what can't you serious diseases spread from fecal matter?
100%.
100%.
And there'd be blood sometimes. You'd have to clean that
Oh
up.
no, you're gonna get AIDS.
Yeah, exactly.
You will get straight up AIDS, which is that's the price of doing business, I guess. If you want to make $10 an hour at Target.
True. Well, it was 12, so I think I earned my $12 an hour that day.
Yeah, you would be God damn. Dude.
One time I walked in and like there was a toilet and one side of like was just completely caked in shit. And the other side was completely clean.
Nice.
It just ended.
That's impressive when it's like this is artfully done.
Yeah.
Dude. Like it's negative space. I see what you're doing. Yeah.
This one's about the duality of man when you look at it. It's very yin and yang.
It's like the dichotomy is bringing me to tears. I'm sure there are people out there who make incredible works of art with their shit and period
Yeah.
blood. There are. Well, that's the thing. I think there was a San
Yeah.
Francisco artist. I want to say.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, maybe the one I'm thinking of, Tanetta. You know, Tanetta Pressure Zone.
You told us about Tanetta.
Yeah. Used to shit and paper mache around it. Yeah, or probably still does. He's alive, but
Who's the guy that did those 2 Metallica albums in the 90s? They're Load and Reload. It's Common Blood. It's really funny because it's the Metallica albums where they sound like Nickelback, but they have the craziest covers ever.
Yeah.
The first one is Blood and Cum Between Two Pieces of Glass, and the second one is Blood and Piss. And he also did a famous. His most famous work of art was called Piss Christ.
I know Piss Christ.
Piss Christ
I
is
know
famous.
Piss
Yeah.
Christ.
Metallica was like, we wrote 2 radio-friendly country albums. Let's get the Piss Christ guy.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, that shit, that's awesome.
That's
I'm gonna
cool.
start. You know what? I'm gonna start doing that in Target bathrooms. I think.
Do that. Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing impromptu installations.
Yeah.
You should wear like a beret while you do it and stand there.
Oh my! I make a little French mustache out of my shit. Yeah. A little goatee. Yeah.
They're mostly mad because you keep smoking in the bathroom. you're smoking cigarettes. It's like just the art life. Fucking Lynch taught me.
Oh my god! I would love to fully commit to the shit art life. That's crazy, man. Man, having menial jobs.
It sucks. I'm in one right now. It's the fucking worst.
I know you're literally selling like merchandise in Wrigleyville, dude.
I'm not even selling merchandise right now. The guy's like doing like warehouse shit in the back.
Really?
It's literally like a sweatshop right now.
Really?
Like we're doing sweatshot shit. Yeah.
I had to do
It sucks.
community service in LA, and like because I got pulled over driving my friend's car, and I didn't have I wasn't insured on his car, but I was picking him up from the airport, so that's a serious crime in like California, I guess.
Okay.
So I had to do fucking community service to explain. And what I did was they just sent me to this like warehouse. They sent me to this warehouse for like it's called Hope's Carriage. So it was like a warehouse of like used thrifted stuff. Mm-hmm. But I kind of like the warehouse life. I would just, because they didn't make me do anything there. You can just like hang out.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I would just hang out in the warehouse and just like go through like, clothes people had been killed in probably, just like fucking just like old like CD-ROM games.
Yeah.
Just like
This is mine.
I was like LA, man, it's everything that I hoped it would be. What are they making you do shit in the warehouse?
Yeah.
You're goofing off. Oh,
No,
really?
you gotta do shit all day.
Are you
Yeah.
forklift certified?
It's not forklift shit. It's just putting shit in bags all day. It's like scanning shit on like an Android and then putting it in
Oh
a
my
bag
God,
for like
dude.
10 hours,
Damn, dude.
That shit is fucking horrible.
That
it's
sounds
terrible.
awful.
No, it's they don't let you listen to like a podcast or anything.
Why not?
I know, it's insane.
Yeah. Wow. Wait, they don't let you listen to shit?
Someone will be playing music, but it's like store music.
Yeah.
It's
We were
just like
talking about
fucking
this.
Poker Face playing
Well-
on hour 8. I mean, that's a good example. Like,
I might start bouncing around my warehouse job if Lady Gaga's playing.
yeah, no, it sucks, dude. I hate it, dude. People in retail are insane too. Like it's
Because you get young
some cool people, some
cool
like
people.
cool people your age, and then people in their 40s where things have not gone well.
where it's like they're staring at the brick wall of their life,
Yeah.
and it sucks.
they've
It's-
settled. Yeah,
Yeah. The managers, like, that's, dude, like, fucking
brutal, dude.
mall managers. I worked with so many of those guys where it's just like, oh, fuck, man, this is really scary. Like,
Yeah.
like, you're a dickhead. I feel bad for you. But
Yeah.
fuck, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sucks.
I worked with this like Israeli atheist, and he was the manager at Rosetta Stone, and he had like a sports car, and his license plate said atheist with a 1.
This guy's awesome.
And
Yeah.
he was like, dude, he was such a fucking hard ass. He was insane. He would show me like jokes from like an Israeli meme page, and like they just made no sense to me. I'm like, I don't have the fucking context for any of this stuff. I'm sure this is racist.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Starbucks, it was like, if you get to management in Starbucks, it's because you bought in super hard. It's like
no, it's freaky.
you're like really
You drank
into
the corporate Kool-Aid, dude.
Yeah.
That's so freaky to like be like a Starbucks guy.
It's
Yeah.
Like,
weird.
that's your thing. Like
Like-
that's your career you've chosen.
Those guys
Like,
are old too. Or maybe they weren't for you. but
They were in their like 30s. A lot of them were like in their 30s or
Yeah,
40s.
no, it's
and-
that's
Yeah.
old for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and for like that shit. Well, I remember the last guy who got promoted to management when I was working there was a guy who started around the same time as me. And like his personal Instagram was all pictures of him drinking Starbucks.
Dude, it's brutal.
fucking crazy shit,
It's
dude.
insane.
It's really weird.
Dude, managers have the worst voices too. They have these like shrill, like they've been training them to scream at people forever. Like,
I had a job when I worked at this escape room in LA, and my manager was cool. He was like, he was making money, but he was never there. He was like, I'm trying to be a fucking actor. This is insane.
Nice.
And he was like, do you want to get promoted? I was like, never, ever. I'm here to fucking show up and get money. Like, I would not want to become invested in this. But the owners, they were like, yeah, you guys got to start like posting to your stories to like get people into the escape room.
Fuck?
They were like, you got to upload a headshot. And I was like, I will never in my fucking life do that shit, man.
Dude.
I had a manager try to get me to do it. I just blew her off. She fired me, but it was not for that. She fired me for my personality, which was tough, which was weird. She said I had more of a warehouse type mentality.
How's that feel, Zach?
It feels good.
Yeah. Apparently, it's not good for you. You know.
I think my coworkers think the same about me. like one time, the guy was like, "Don't you ever smile? Like not at work."
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah,
people who are having a good day at work, it's like you gotta.
You're
go,
a fucking
dude.
psycho, dude.
Yeah. You
could be counting down the minutes, the seconds to get the fuck out.
You need to be filtered out of society. Dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to firing lately, honestly. Like the other day, I had like a middle manager come up to me. He's like, "We're doing this new system where anytime somebody comes into the store, you have to track down what they bought, what team it was for, and what time they left." And then I just paused. I looked down and I said, "I'm not doing that."
Oh yeah, dude.
He's like, "All right, I'm happy you're being honest with me."
Damn, dude.
This shit doesn't it can't possibly matter. Like they didn't used to do this.
No,
and
I'm not
also
gonna do it.
they could definitely. There's got to be a better way they could automate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But you did unlock I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could just say like, "Hey, I'm not going to," and they won't.
He won't fire you.
They won't fire you.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
crazy.
No, because they need
it's
the man.
awesome.
They need the manpower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have half a brain, they're like, we can't lose them.
Like my last couple of years showing up at Starbucks, I was one of the only people who was working the mid shift.
Yeah.
So I just show up an hour and a half late almost every day.
Dude.
Yeah.
That rocks.
Yeah.
Did you quit or did you get fired?
I quit.
Oh, nice.
I quit, and they tried to keep me. Yeah.
One of the, I don't know if I should say this. One of the nice things about the old escape room job I had is like you clocked in. I was an app on your phone, so like you clocked in on an app on your phone, and our manager was never there. This was by the way, also clearly a front.
Yeah.
This was like one of like 7 businesses these guys had, and like they both moved to Miami and they were from Russia, so you could sort of tell what was going on.
Yeah.
But you could just adjust your clock in, clock out time.
Damn.
To anything.
Wow.
To anything you wanted. You could say you got there an hour early, and the money would come in. I was like, this is pretty good.
You never got in
That's
trouble or
awesome.
anything?
Never. Nobody was at the window. No, literally,
my God.
dude. They just this business. They got to a point where like they weren't even like repairing shit in the escape rooms, and we
Yeah.
were like the top escape room in LA. I had to deal with like Angelina Jolie and like all
Wow.
these
Really?
Lil Nas X. All these people would fucking come in. And they would play through our escape rooms, and they were like so shitty and so broken.
Yeah.
We watched Bo Burnham be like visibly upset at how broken one of the escape rooms was.
Well,
I became very friendly with the Property Brothers because they fucking love escape rooms.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah,
They
dude.
fucking would, dude.
Yeah.
They were. I won't speak ill of the Property Brothers, but I literally witnessed whoever's dating Zooey Deschanel. I was there for like all their first dates. Which I didn't
Damn.
realize.
Wow.
There was an interview with her after. She was like, "Yeah, our first date was like at an escape room. Then we kept going back."
Oh.
I let them in. I didn't realize it was fucking Zooey Deschanel.
That's
I'm
so
just like,
crazy.
Because like I'm just like talking to them. I'm like, "Yeah, you can sit over here." I just like have them in the lobby
Yeah.
with like regular people.
They probably like that, yeah. Or do you think they didn't like
No,
it?
they didn't because I think people were like
Oh,
staring
you
at
put
them.
with normal people?
Yeah. So like, when I caught on, I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you guys can just like come into the room. You can wait in the
Yeah.
room." But
I wonder if first they're like, oh, he's being very cool, not like being weird to us, treating us like a celebrity.
Well,
and then he's like, all right, go with the normal people. Go with the swine over there.
they obviously didn't like that. But
Yeah.
the point is, they were not checking on any of this shit. You could get away with so much
That
at this
rocks.
escape room. So, you know.
Dude, you can't get anything at my job. They got cameras everywhere. They like review them and stuff. Or they say they do. I don't know.
They probably have an AI
I still look at my
system.
phone all the time, you know.
If they
can't stop me.
if they have AI systems making like every time we do self checkout now, if the AI even thinks there's something in your cart, it calls somebody over, and I'm like, and it's like a prescription,
Wow.
but they like set the alarms off like you're stealing, so they probably are checking that stuff.
I spent about an hour the other day just like posted up in front of the window, just watching through my window into a bar, the football game that was playing, just like watching ants and stuff. I'm like, I think that was a catch. Like, all right, yeah, that was a touchdown. I think, yeah, let's go.
That's brutal. Oh my god, you're taking me back, man.
No, it was great. That was a great day.
At my most depressed, I remember I was just like bringing my Xbox to the escape room and just like plugging it into the TV.
Oh yeah, no, we're at rock bottom right now for sure.
Dude, I was just like ordering DoorDash, playing Xbox, and like little do I know, like people are like screaming like, help, what do we do? I'm just like playing Metal Gear Solid.
Bro, yeah.
That fucking rules,
dude.
Yeah.
What jobs where you are able to just like check out with no consequences?
It's great.
Yeah.
It's the best.
That's the best.
It's the best thing ever.
That's kind of what I got right now, but I also don't leave the house ever. So, and like I personally, I love like hard work. Working as a line cook was one of my favorite fucking jobs ever. So I think I need to change something, because checking out every day is
you go insane.
You
start getting,
sure. When you're in
my
the cave,
brain is
dude, you
mush.
got to be careful about the cave.
I'm in the cave.
You got to be careful,
That's
bro.
what I am.
You're
Yeah.
fully in the cave. Dude.
I'm
You're
in the cave.
Yeah, you have to. It's nice.
You got to be careful.
It's nice for a period, especially if like you've got other stuff going on. But like if you got nothing in your life and you're at a
Dude.
job where you're checked out, it's like no, you gotta go like do some like physical labor or something.
Yeah, I think I've learned. I think I just can't. I can't handle the cave. You know.
Like one.
Like I don't think I should. Like the way like alcohol can't drink. I think I can't fuck with the cave.
If you went into
because
the
it always
cave-
envelops me. You know.
You're like the shadows
never doesn't
are
envelop
awesome,
me,
dude.
yeah.
I love these shadows. Why would I go outside? I'm getting the best part of the sun down here,
So
which is the
true.
shadows.
Yeah. That is,
The cave, yeah, the allegory of the cave. But let me tell you something. If I was in the cave, I would fucking not be tricked by that. I'd be like, I'm obviously in a cave. Of course.
I'm just like, this is sick.
Yeah.
I also want to kill myself.
I don't know if I gotta be honest. I don't know if I completely understand the allegory of the cave. How do they think that the cave is reality? It's like, it's like, I think it's a bad metaphor. I think I've said this before. I think Plato's allegory of the cave is like,
I don't think I understand it.
yeah,
you know?
I don't think I do either.
understand it,
I don't think anybody back then did either, but I think it was like the year one or whatever.
Yeah,
So they were like,
bro, this is amazing.
I guess.
Yeah.
Thanks for telling us a story.
okay, I haven't read about it in a long time, but it's a bunch of people, they're sitting in a cave, the sun's coming down, the shadows go through, and then their idea of what reality is the shadows.
Oh, I thought they literally thought that reality was the shadows. They're like, this is life. This is
Yeah,
all of it.
I
And then
think that's what it is, yeah.
somebody with like, you know, an IQ above 70 thought to scramble up to the light source, you know? And then they were like, oh, the world's actually, this is
Changed the
reality.
meta, yeah.
But the guys in the cave are like, there's no way. No, this is reality of the shadows. It's like,
Oh, damn.
it's so intuitive to leave a
Yeah.
cave. How do you not leave the cave?
Not
dude? What are you
Plato's
doing, dude?
finest, honestly.
No, I'm like, the Matrix is way better. The Matrix, I understand
True.
why people would think the Matrix is
Dude,
real. It's a,
updated.
You know,
yeah.
there are all these camps where they were like burning Jews. Just get out, you fucking idiot. Get out.
it's
You
not.
don't want
more
to
to
be
life.
there,
There's
so
more to
don't
life.
be there.
It's not real life. They're like, no, these are definitely showers, dude. These are for sure real showers.
Dude.
Yeah, no. Well, I won't say what I was gonna say, but yeah. Well, it's more artful to leave it implied.
Oh, I listened to Bishop Robert Barron. I listened to some of them today.
You like him?
Yeah, I like him. I think he's cool. I think I always get suspicious because they were talking a lot about book sales, which makes me feel weird about religious figures when they're talking about sales. That's a little weird.
That's the problem
but-
with like the Catholic Church is like it's all a little tied into like making money. And,
Yes.
That guy's jacked though. I had no idea. Like I saw a picture of him
Is he?
like sleeveless. I was like, oh, he's because you don't know he's in his robes.
Yeah.
but he's jacked.
Okay, that's cool.
It is cool.
That is cool.
Dude, I got into him because like he initially I was getting like I watched a lot of like movie shit on my YouTube and then I was like, who's this Catholic bishop who's like reviewing movies? I started watching his movie reviews. He's fucking got amazing taste.
What's his taste?
Bro, I clicked on the one for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. He was like, "This is a fantastic movie."
Yeah.
He was like, "This is the characters in this are prime examples of morality." He's
Whoa.
like, yeah, dude. He like broke it down. He's like, "This is an excellent movie." And then I forget what movie he watched. He watched a movie where he was like, "This movie's fucking trash." It was like the last Star Wars movie.
Oh,
he was
nice.
Like, he was like, "This movie fucking sucks." And so I was like, "This guy. All right, let's see what he thinks about God." Dude.
Yeah.
He's bang on about the movies.
Dude.
He's the guy who confirmed Shia LaBeouf, which is cool. That's a cool pull.
But I think that Shia has already gone back on that.
Damn.
Oh, has he really?
Dude, because Shia's like crazy. Like he was like in the Catholic Church, and then because like he was gonna like become a priest or something. They were talking like because
Really?
he did it. So Shia LaBeouf has done this. He's become Christian like 3 different times. He did it for that movie Fury, where he became he studied like Baptist.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he like cut himself and pulled a tooth out. And then he did it for another movie. And then he was cast as Padre Pio in this Padre Pio movie, directed by Abel Ferrara, and it's terrible. And so, because he's like method, he was like, "Well, I'm going to become Catholic."
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, once the movie was over and wasn't good, he kind of just like stopped. He's like back to being like a Hollywood freak. He's like smoking weed and shit.
Oh, is he for real? Because he was like an AA guy for a bit.
He did some read of a movie on Zoom where he was like,
That was before he got sober.
"Oh, it was before he got sober." Okay.
Yeah. Because the last extended shit I saw from him was because that was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yes.
That was during the pandemic, and then he got canceled at the end of the pandemic for all that.
Like killing dogs.
Yeah, he shot a bunch of dogs.
No, that's crazy way to get canceled.
That's not confirmed at all. Because I said this
believe
too, but like it was just something FKA Twigs said.
Okay.
Okay.
It was hearsay from FKA Twigs, and that lady.
I believe it.
I mean, listen.
Seems like some shit he'd do.
Yeah.
He did get a full back tattoo.
Yeah.
Like he got a full because he plays he got like a Latino back tattoo.
Did anybody see that movie?
I watched it. It's bad, dude. It's
yeah.
really bad.
He keeps permanently altering the course of his life for movies that are
suck.
terrible.
Yeah. Fury
does.
was good.
Yeah,
Fury was good.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Fury is like an acceptable movie to do it for, but
Yeah.
like the back tattoo, becoming Catholic.
Even he's not the star of it. He's like a supporting character.
He's he's
Really?
Yeah.
So he Jared Leto jokered
Yeah.
a fucking movie.
100%.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah,
It's crazy. Spielberg thought he was gonna be like the next Tom Hanks. Like, that's why he put him in everything. Like
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, he could have been. He was really good.
Yeah.
He is really good. Have you seen American Honey?
No, I heard it's good.
Dude,
No.
he's got charisma in American Honey where you're like, you are the
Is
next.
that the one
movie
where he
star.
lied about his dad or whatever?
No, that's Honey Boy.
Honey Boy.
Honey Boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Honey Boy is also good.
But
Honey
he
Boy
came in,
is
he was like,
good.
yeah, I made it up. Yeah,
And
it's
then
crazy.
he was also good in Peanut Butter Falcon.
Yeah,
was
that
also
was good.
he was
Peanut Butter
pretty good in
Falcons.
that.
Yeah, I think it was in one of the Catholic podcasts where he admitted that he made up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that movie.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, he's like not Catholic anymore. After
Yeah,
like,
That's
he's,
believe it.
wild, dude.
I'm gonna
Well,
look
and then
this
he
up.
had what did he fucking do? Didn't he steal some lady's art? And after he he stole a comic, he stole tweets,
Yes.
then he stole the apology for
And then he did that thing where anybody could just come in and like fuck with him.
Yeah.
which is like a thing from the 70s. What's that lady's name?
Oh. Is it the lady? I'm trying to. There's a famous.
It's her. It's
Maria Abramovich?
Yeah. Abramovich, whatever. He stole her art, and then said he got lady raped while that happened.
That's
But
crazy.
it was like an apology installation where he put a paper bag over his head
Yeah.
and made sure there was tear soaked.
That was
It was
awesome.
like tear
Yeah.
soaked.
But what's funny
That was
is
a fun
like
era.
he said you can come in and do anything to me, and then afterwards he was like people. I think he made allusions to the fact that like people like sexually assaulted him in that
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
And it's like, brother, leave the room.
Yeah.
This is a room of your own making,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, and he and then he did that shit where he with him and Jaden Smith after Trump got elected.
I don't remember.
Oh, he will not.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Is this not all the same thing? I thought
No,
it was...
no, no. This has been a long.
Just a long time of
When
him
did he
being
like slap
out of
everybody's
his
butts?
mind.
When was that?
Wait, what?
When did he do that? Did he go there and spank a bunch of people?
Yeah, I keep having this feverish
Did he do
dream.
this?
I'm sure that's somewhere in there. Well, no, because he will not divide us was the thing. I'm
Yes.
sure he spanked
Yeah.
people.
I feel like he did that.
But
He just
the-
like went on a spank rampage.
Dude, the funniest thing about the "He Will Not Divide Us" stuff was like they put up those flags or whatever, or they put up those cameras where anybody could like
Yeah.
come up and say it, and like 4chan figured out through like they were figured out where it was using like some kind of grid or like longitude and latitude, and then so they drove around honking their horns until the car horns like picked up on the camera and they're like, we know where it is.
Yeah.
And then they fucking like destroyed the installations. They did it twice.
Yeah.
Dude,
Because they were looking at like plane trails and like contrails to like figure out where it was in the country.
Yeah.
I think Shia LaBeouf would have had a great career if he had somebody chasing him around with a tranquilizer gun and a butterfly net.
Yeah.
I think that would have
I think
really.
Spielberg did that for a little
Shit.
bit. Like, I think he did that. Yeah.
That's the casting process for
Yeah.
any Steven Spielberg movie is he gets to play the most dangerous game with a 17-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Dude, he holds corn nuts in his hands
Yeah.
and coaxes him into a cage.
And if he catches you, he gets a new Boy Scout badge. Yeah, dude, that's
The guys he's chosen are questionable. Like Ansel Elgort, he like rode
Yeah.
hard for
Yeah.
Ansel Elgort, like post allegation. He's
Yeah.
like, and then he's terrible in the movie. Like he like ruins the movie.
What movie?
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that one.
And then so you have to wonder what's going to happen with that kid in Fablemans.
Oh yeah, he's great in Fablemans.
He's good in. He was in a movie called Snack Shack that was
Oh,
pretty
yeah?
good.
Okay.
Oh, you were
ending's
talking
okay.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's like he's good. This is a good
He's a good
kid.
egg, yeah.
But because he's been touched by Spielberg,
He's been molested by
something.
Spielberg,
I mean,
yeah.
look at what happened to Leo. Like Leo was this beautiful young man, and then touched by Spielberg, and now he's got fat face.
Yeah.
now he's got tiny face, fat head, dude.
True.
And also, I guess he's a rapist because he dates women who are 25.
Yeah. I like the theory that he's gay, and that's like a beard situation.
It might be. I just
Yeah.
think I said this to Noah and Ben. I think all the women who are making these graphs about the age gap are
Yeah.
38 years old.
Oh, 100%.
This is-
They're
this is-
mad, dude.
These are
They're molding.
30-year-old women who are upset about this, dude. Yeah, no, I don't think he's not gay, dude.
No, yeah, probably.
Leo?
Not.
I
I
do-
just like the idea. I like the idea of all this money and effort and going into like it's like wanting to think the moon landing's fake.
I love
Like,
that like Leo is so handsome or he's so famous that you think he's handsome, but
Yeah.
he looks like shit.
Yeah.
He's fat. He's like a fat, ugly guy.
I think he's.
I don't agree
like,
with that at
I don't
all,
think
dude.
that at all.
Dude,
I
young,
think
young
I think
Leo
he's
is fuckable, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
young
no,
Leo's
no.
crazy, but he aged like
Good.
young Leo would.
Yeah.
He looks good, dude. For like what? He's like 50.
Yeah.
He's 50.
He's like 50. He's got used to be jacked 50-year-old
For
body.
sure.
I
Super
don't.
fuckable.
I feel like he's what I mean. Here's what I like about it is like he has the body that like movie stars had in the 70s, where it's
Yeah.
like now the expectation is if you're a movie star, like you should be fit. And like every time you see Leo where he doesn't know somebody's taking a picture, it's like, what,
Yeah.
you look worse than my dad,
That's
dude.
Dude,
sick, yeah.
that's going out. Movie stars can be like fat and ugly now.
Yeah.
They can,
I don't
or
know.
just conventionally unattractive,
I
or
hope
not,
so.
or unconventionally attractive.
Dude, we need to bring back Gene Hackman style guys.
dude, please.
The-
Peter
Hackman.
Boyle. Bring back
Dude,
Peter Boyle.
Peter Boyle
I'm
was
gonna
a
show you a
movie
picture
star.
of Peter Boyle
Okay,
real quick.
show me
Yeah.
Peter Boyle.
I'll put it on the video.
has
I'll,
the biggest, craziest head you've ever seen. He is an ugly man, and he was a bona fide movie star. He starred in movies.
Okay.
This is
Star
Peter Boyle.
Joe.
He's a movie star.
Oh, I know exactly
Yeah.
who that is.
Yeah.
he's the goat. Yeah.
Gene Hackman, similar thing where it's like Gene Hackman is like he's a guy with a receding hairline and kind of a big nose, but like he was a leading man.
Dude,
Okay.
fucking even Charles Bronson looks insane.
Yeah, well, Charles Bronson, they were doing some. They were trying to make people think he was like Asian. There was some like they were like riding a line of like this guy kind of looks
Yeah.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Uh,
this is classic Gene Hackman.
Oh, I know who Gene Hackman.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
who that is. Yeah.
No, yeah, movie star Gene Hackman.
I'm sorry.
dude.
I don't think Leo's. I think Leo was hot. When you look at
Yeah.
Leo in like Basketball Diaries or whatever, you're like, this is the hottest young heroin addict, except for you. Like this is like. But like now I'm like I don't know if I can call this. This is not like a hot guy.
Stacy Keach, dude.
Stacy Keach, who I think wore a toupee.
Dude, yeah. I gotta show him in Fat City. I'm
You-
gonna show you a picture of Stacy Keach at
Yeah,
27
show me some
years
fat
old, dude.
actors, dude.
27. This is a picture of him at 27. You guys can keep going.
Zach, you'll edit these photos into the podcast. Sure. Zach, I know that you'll do the extra legwork.
This is him at 27.
Oh wow, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
Dude, I have a buddy who's a comic, and when I started, he was 29.
yeah.
And he just looked so bad and for 29. He hasn't aged a day since,
Yeah.
but it's one of those things where like he's just caught up, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think he's like 30.
I'm in a similar
35
boat. Like when
now.
I first started doing stand up and I'd be like on stage and I'd be like, I'm 22 years old. People would like freak out.
Yeah.
Like in the audience. Like
well, dude, we were
when I started, people thought I was like 30. Like comedians thought I was like 30.
Dude, well, we were at a mic one time, and this guy, there was an out of town comic, and there was like nobody in the room, so he was just talking to people, and he asked my buddy, he's like, hey, bro, like, I know I'm younger than you. How old are you?
Yeah.
He goes, dude, I'm 29, and he goes, oh fuck, man, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Dude, that's happened to me so many times, dude. Fucking Adam Crescetti asked me if I had kids the other day.
Adam Crescetti might be really funny. Yeah, I'm like, I'll hear shit that Adam Crescetti does. I'm like, he knows what he's doing, man. That's a funny.
No, but he did.
That's a
'cause then
funny thing to ask.
He came
you.
up to me and apologized to me afterwards. He's like, sorry, man. I thought we were both old guys. I'm sorry, man.
Oh my god, dude.
He's like, I thought,
Dude,
I was giving you the old guy talk. My bad.
I love Adam Crescetti's tattoos because it looks like, I don't know who did them. It certainly wasn't done by a professional, but it's like
Yeah.
it looks like I don't know, man. He's got like Michael Myers on his arm.
True.
But it's
Yeah.
like Michael Myers that like I don't know your kid drew or something.
Yeah, dude, he's the goat, dude.
I do love him, man. He did this. He did a bit. Rose Boyle and I were like punching ourselves in the knees laughing. He did this whole bit about Andy Capp's fries and how like they're for black people or something, but how he can't get down with Andy Capp's fries, and also the fact that like it's an insane way to market fries because it's like a comic strip that nobody reads, like nobody knows who Andy Capp is.
It's also he's like a wife beater in the comics. Like, that's the whole bit is he beats his wife.
And he was, but he's got this line where he goes, "A fry should not." What did he say? He goes, a fry should not be that stiff. He goes, they're not fries.
Yeah.
I was dying. And you're like, sometimes you see that guy do comedy, you're like, well, you're the, like, I literally.
He's better than at least 90% of people in Chicago comedy.
I watched him do, it's incredible. It's like watching a guy like come out of like a fugue state. Like, it's like watching like a dude who's catatonic get this like experimental medicine and he does like, like trigonometry in front of you.
Because see if I've seen this guy. How do you spell his name?
He goes like this,
Adam Crescetti.
He's a white guy.
C-R-O.
But you wouldn't know that by the way he talks.
C-E-T-T-I. And so, like, sometimes you will catch him on a night where it's like he's walking the tightrope perfectly. You're like, this is the best comedy I've ever seen.
I know exactly. He sits in mics before the mic and watches Matt and Shane's secret podcast with no headphones and laughs really loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he found out that
He's a maniac.
that I did Matt and Shane, I had to like put some, because he came up and he started wanting to talk to me about it. I was like, please don't talk to me about that, dude. That's not the case anymore. I just want to do this mic.
I did the podcast. Do not talk to me.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Dude, one time he cornered me and would not stop talking to me about how awesome Patrice was, but like specifically his thoughts on women.
But not his jokes. Yeah.
he's like, dude, you gotta listen to his advice. He's got great advice for guys, for young guys like you. Need advice? Take his advice.
So I watched Crescetti crush at a dead room. And then we both went to we both went to my buddies, and I was like, so sure, I was like, he's gonna crush again, he's gonna work that, and then he did the worst stand up I've seen in 6 months, and I was like, why wouldn't you talk about Andy Capp's fries, dude? Why the fuck are you talking about like?
Dude,
it's like, but those people are incredible to me because sometimes I feel that way where I'm like, stand up is just like it's a horse I can barely stay on.
Yeah.
You know.
He drives his car around with 2 maniac dogs.
Does he got dogs?
He's got 2 big dogs.
Does he live in his car?
I've heard that. Yeah.
That was why he wanted to talk to me, I think, because I think he thought we were gonna connect about that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, living in your car with dogs is insane.
Yeah.
I couldn't live in my car with a cat.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Those poor dogs.
Yeah. But he's the goat. Everyone go support Adam Crescetti.
Does he have kids?
He does.
That's crazy.
He's got kids.
That's fucking crazy. Imagine if your dad was Adam Crescetti.
He had a wife. And he has kids.
Yes. Had a wife, lost a wife. You will tend to lose a wife if you're living in a car with dogs.
There's a lot of those like divorced guys at open mics, you know.
Yeah. It's it's so scary. I used to, when I was a young man doing comedy, you would look at those guys and you'd be like, that'll never be me.
Yeah. But
now I look at him, Crescetti, I'm like, there's a 70-30 chance.
Yeah.
That I'm leaning towards
Hell no,
70,
dude.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm so delusional. I'm like, no chance, dude.
Yeah.
No way, dude.
I mean, the thing I was saying to you that's kind of comforting is, like, hopefully, like, with the advent of, like, AI and, like, everybody just getting, like, decimated, like, all the, like, lawyers and code, everything's just going to get decimated to the point where I'll just be like, well, I'll be wages.
Yeah.
So then it'll be like, oh, you guys got college degrees?
Yeah.
I enjoyed my 20s.
It's weird. My hope is at an all-time low, but my delusion is at an all-time high.
That's a good place to be, man.
So, like,
That's got to be kind of pleasant.
so I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get a living, but I'm like, I'll become famous. It's gonna happen, dude.
You got to have dreams when you close your eyes.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Yeah,
No, you will be. You're going to be a world-class director.
for sure.
Hell yeah.
And comedian, you know.
You got to fucking.
Even though I haven't done stand-up in like 2 months, I'm gonna become a famous comedian.
You got to make a movie about the water people of Marin, dude.
Yeah,
True.
man. Yeah.
That was like Did you ever see that documentary, like The Wild Whites of West Virginia?
No.
Do you know about them? It's like
No.
this family, and I think they are racist, but also their last name is White,
Uh-huh.
and so it's this family like in West Virginia, and they're just like, I want to say it's like an organized crime family. One of them recorded like an album, like an album in the 70s.
Really?
Let me look this up.
You
It's-
gotta watch Stevie.
I do really want to watch
Stevie. Is crazy. You know the documentary Hoop Dreams?
No.
It's directed by the same guy who did that. He's a famous
Okay.
documentary. I had him as a film professor.
Oh, no way.
I took a class that he did where he just went through every single one of his movies.
Okay.
And Stevie is a movie about, he goes and he does a documentary on a guy that did the Big Brother program for,
Okay.
and then he kind of abandons this kid to go become a filmmaker. Becomes a successful filmmaker. Goes, I want to film a documentary about this guy.
I know about this documentary. Yeah.
So he goes back in the middle of the documentary. He like molests a kid.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it's an insane documentary because it's about Steve James, the director, and he's front and center of the documentary, and it's no holds barred. You see every angle of it, and it's kind
Wow.
of like dark and exploitive at times.
Sure.
And after he told us, all right, everyone go watch Stevie. We leave, we all watch it. We come in the next day, and he looks at the class and he goes, well, I want to make that movie today. It's like,
It is
it was insane.
Dude, that is documentarian brain where it's
No,
like
yeah, true.
you're making a movie and then like something horrible happens. You're
You're
like,
like,
well,
let's
I
fucking film this
have
shit,
to.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
not make a movie about this.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
Also, props to the ego on that guy. To halfway through somebody filming your entire life be like, I can fuck a kid.
Well,
Yeah,
I think he's
can
like,
get
I
away
think
with
he's
it.
like,
He's like mentally, he's mentally retarded. Like, everybody in the movie is mentally retarded.
mentally retarded, or is he just like shooting only threes? Is he just going from the half court every time?
he's like, he was like, this movie's fucking boring. We need a classic second
Yeah,
act.
dude,
Like,
I don't know. That's risk taking.
Yeah.
That's true confidence.
No, it's insane. There's a crazy part of the documentary.
that's a good screenwriter's instinct.
Yeah, where like Stevie's going to jail or whatever, and his
Yeah.
girlfriend who also has like special needs and stuff, and who's also an amazing person, like the
Yeah.
person with the brightest heart, a great human being. So at the end of the documentary, Steve James is in the shot or whatever, and she goes, all this has gone on. Stevie's going to jail. I'm just happy that something good has come out of it, like this film. And she looks at Steve James, and he literally goes, he gulps, like, it zooms in on him gulping.
Damn, dude.
It's so good, dude.
That
Yeah,
is.
I gotta watch that.
I do have to watch that. We should honestly let's come back here and screen that one night.
We
have
should,
boys
yeah.
in.
I'm
we'll
down
do that.
for
Dude,
that.
it's nuts.
Dude, we'll get Little Caesars pizza again and
Yeah.
fucking watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great guy too. One of the best guys I ever met.
I loved his Roger Ebert documentary.
It's so good, yeah.
Brought me to my knee. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, Steve James is the goat.
Yeah, it's crazy he was your professor.
Yeah, and I did like a Zoom with him for an hour and a half, and just like grilled his brain on directing and stuff.
That's awesome,
No,
dude.
yeah, no, it's
Very
sick,
cool.
dude.
It's like I know people. It's like there are people who like have like it's people who are just like it's Spike Lee as a professor. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's crazy,
no, it's
man.
insane. Yeah,
Could you imagine a little Spike Lee walking in? Could you imagine? Oh man, I would be so afraid to fucking do bad in Spike Lee's class.
oh yeah, dude. I showed up to every class. There are kids who didn't show up to half the classes,
That's crazy.
and they're asking
man.
him. They're like, "Hey, Mr. James, can I get a makeup assignment?" I'm like, bro, this guy's got an Oscar.
Yeah.
Dude, you're skipping class? That's insane.
If my professor was famous, like if I went to that Texas university where like Matthew McConaughey was a professor, it's like, bro, if I missed one class, I would never show my face again.
No, exactly.
I don't want famous Matthew McConaughey to see me as a truant, you know? Like,
My buddy went to SFAI, and his film studies professor or whatever was Nicolas Cage's brother. What's the guy's
Roman
name?
Coppola?
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently he wears like French leather jackets, and rides a motorcycle, and always has a bandana on.
That would not intimidate me as much because he makes bad movies.
Oh, cool.
I would skip his class and be like, "What fucking of it, dude? You think I'm gonna learn anything from you?"
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you think I'm gonna? Yeah, you directed Deadfall. I don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, one time I like came to an event and they had the writer come in, the writer of Oblivion come in.
Oh man,
the shitty Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah,
and it was all the worst advice I've ever heard.
That movie's like
makes sense.
I think that movie's like a Scientology movie too.
Yeah,
if I'm
it
not
is.
mistaken.
Yeah, totally.
That movie's insane. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, film school sucks. Don't do it. Sorry,
I
Ben.
could get into Scientology though.
You think that you won't? You absolutely will.
Yeah, I could see myself enjoying it a little bit.
Well, there's a Scientology. This is another story I've told on other podcasts, but I don't care about that. We would go to like so there are some covert Scientology museums in LA, because you got the big one, then you got like the L. Ron Hubbard Museum, and you got the Celebrity Center. But then on Sunset Boulevard, there is this museum called Psychiatry and Industry of Death. And it's this museum about, and the thing that's crazy about it is it's all true. Like psychiatry is this insanely like has a really fucked up history. A lot of it is like based in like pseudoscience, and like they were straight up like torturing some people. A lot of like, you know, like a lot of like medicines you're prescribed are like horrible for you, like like psychiatric medication. But it's run by Scientologists, and they don't make that clear. Like, the Scientology thing is not anywhere on it. They have this other, it's called, like, Citizens United. They make it look like it's, like, a government agency that runs this. But you go through this thing, and you start out in, like, a padded cell, and then you go through this, like, dingy, like, they have these old, like, medieval, like, torture devices. They're, like, they've got, like, the rack. They've got this, like, cock and ball torture device. They're like, this is the origins of psychiatry start. And then
see that I can get into. That's pageantry. That's like effective storytelling.
The pageantry is insane, and so it all culminates in you're learning about all this shit, and then it like culminates in like it leads up to like Columbine and like how those kids were like mishandled by the psychiatric industry, and the last like room is like a recreation of the fucking like of like a Columbine like classroom. I was like, what is the word for a schoolroom? So here's the thing. I went in there with friends, and we were goofing off, and it was a day where it was dead. Sometimes there's a lot of people in there like going through the tour. It was a day where it was dead, and we were goofing off, and we were talking about how it was like a Scientology museum.
Yeah.
You know, because like I've done that before. But on this particular day, they've got the whole thing is like camered up and mic'd up. So then we would enter rooms, and there would be people already in there like waiting for us. It was fucking like the eeriest one was like when we got to that fake classroom, because it's a classroom like again it's just like a recreation. There's no video or anything in there, and they just had two guys sitting in there as if they were in class. And I'm like, what normal people would do like sit in these chairs? Nobody's stopping in this part, and they just like turned back to look at us. It was so unsettling. Then you get out of like all of these like dingy weird dungeons and shit, and you enter into this all white room that says you are safe in our hands.
Hell yes.
And it literally has a mental effect on you. Like it literally you come out of these like fake dungeons and shit, and you come into this like white and blue room, and you suddenly feel at ease, and you're ready to give your life over to Scientology. And then they separated us. Then like a guy came out and like separated us, got me and Robert in one room, or me and Brett in one room, and Amber and Carson in another, and it was like, oh, this is a well-oiled machine, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, you went through Dante's Inferno. Is what happened. You had like, that's like a real experience. I would be a Scientologist after that.
Well, I panicked because we were they make you sign in, and we all put fake names down. And I didn't know what fake name to put down, so I put Lenny Smalls. So I'm like, all right, they clocked that for sure. That's not my name. And it was that time was scary. When I would, like when you get older, you realize how susceptible your brain is to this shit. Because like when I was like a 20-year-old man, I was like, I could fucking do the e-reader test. They would never get me.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, they'll get me, dude. I will be sending them money.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't think it'd take all that. I think I'd just put my hands on the thing. They'd tell me I got bad energy, and I'd be like, "Here's $1,000."
Dude, if they're like, look, you might get to meet Tom.
Yeah.
Meeting Tom Cruise, I would give my life to a cult.
So sick. Everyone who's met him is like, he's the greatest guy ever, too. They say you feel like a star when you're talking to him with like the energy he directs at you.
I bet.
Like,
yeah.
That's Xenu.
Yeah, true.
One of my favorite Scientology things was Leah Remini on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
She was talking about how she thinks John Travolta's probably killed people.
Oh, yeah.
I think that is a murderous John Travolta is the funniest.
He would never do it.
I think they killed.
That's
I think
good man.
I think they killed Jet. I think they killed Jet because John was thinking about leaving the church.
Oh, yeah?
That's my theory.
Damn.
Jet
was his son. He drowned in a pool.
Whoa.
Right? I want to say he
Yeah.
drowned in a pool, right?
Damn.
And it broke. It changed him as a man. And I'm like, were you thinking about leaving? Honestly, the story of how Katie Holmes escaped Tom Cruise with their daughter.
It's crazy.
Yeah, my friend wants to make like a documentary about it because it was basically like that household was such a. She was under so much control, and it was like such a of like when the servants would come in, and when he would have like, basically supervision over her, and then the other people would have supervision over her. That basically she like worked in secret with I don't know people on the outside or people in the house, and there was essentially like a 10-minute window that they were able to get her and the daughter out of the house. And it was this they like planned it for months and like put it into action.
Damn.
And I hate to think whenever I watch Top Gun 2, I put that out of my mind. I don't like to think about that. But it's the same thing like Shelley Miscavige, David Miscavige's wife, hasn't been seen.
Yeah, still missing.
She's not missing. She's like, she's sleeping. Yeah. She just hasn't been seen like for like 10 years. It's like she's dead. It's so funny that she is dead, and like he's like, oh, Shelley, she wishes she could be here.
She's always so tired, that lady.
It's like
she's sleepy Shelley. That's what we call her.
It's like you shot her in the head on a boat. Like what are you talking about? Probably on like the Sea Org or some shit.
And it's also just so crazy because it's like nobody's a fucking Scientologist. So this is all so self-contained. It's that like this is such a small group. If there was like a ton of influence involved with them, then I would understand how shady it is, because it'd be like the Catholic Church or like the Pentagon or something. But it's like a block's worth of people who are all shooting each other over leaving.
There's more than you think.
Really?
Because there are churches of Scientology, and there's one in D.C. They're in a lot of major cities. They have churches of Scientology,
damn.
And it's like, I mean, they have their own TV network. It's weirdly in Hollywood. They have a lot of influence over Hollywood. There are billboards. There's a Scientology like direct TV station. They have an entire. A little further down Sunset, as you get into Los Feliz, they have like an entire like studio where they like produce like.
I watched the Louis Theroux documentary about it, so they talk about that a little bit.
Dude, that's the one where like Paz de la Huerta is like spying on him in the beginning. That actress, and like, dude, she's another one where like she is not very famous because like I think like Harvey Weinstein selected her, and then she was in a couple movies. She's weirdly in this like comedy movie. I won't go off on that tangent, but she's like this modern tragic Hollywood story where like there's all this like footage of her being like coerced into cars, like falling down drugged. Lana Del Rey put it in the music video for Video Games, just like this footage of like Paz de la Huerta being like strong armed down Hollywood Boulevard. Wow. And so like Scientology is like the Scientology Center is crazy, and then like it even goes down a few blocks back. I'm trying to remember what that street is, 2 blocks past Sunset, where there's like Scientology housing, and it looks beautiful. Like it looks like you would like want to live there. And the Celebrity Center is obviously like very like lavish. Yeah. And they have like open houses where you can go in, but Scientology is like living in LA is crazy.
Yeah.
David Lynch dying has like made me think about like how like there are such layers to like what's going on in that city, and it's all out in the open, and you will just like walk by like buildings where the craziest shit you can't even imagine is going on.
Yeah. That's why God burned it down. That's why God smote them.
He had to do it. Dude. Yeah. It was and now I don't know if anybody will live there after this. All the rent's raising like 200%. city's gonna die.
Even though because it burned down, or I guess there's less property.
There's less property. It's gonna be hard to rebuild.
Yeah.
Some of that coastal property is just not gonna be allowed to be rebuilt apparently, because there are like groups that are interested in protecting the coastline. So like they're not like there's gonna be like those houses were probably grandfathered in, but like they wouldn't be up to code now.
Damn.
And I guess like so many people are displaced that like there's like a need for like housing, and they're just jacking the prices up.
So cool that in like 20 years you're just not gonna be able to go there. Like they're not gonna let you in.
Dude, it'll be like Escape from LA.
Yeah, no, literally.
I'm going back there for a wedding in March, or in May, and I'm like, this will probably be the last time I go. And I'm gonna fucking go crazy. I'm gonna get all the food. I'm gonna go to Cantor's, all this shit.
Well, my parents are in San Bernardino. They're in down there, and I was talking to my mom last night. She was like, I'm done. Like I never want to be here again. Like this
crazy.
She had a fire 5 miles from her house like a couple weeks ago.
Jesus.
It's just completely fucked. And Marin, where I grew up, it's on fire all the time and shit.
Yeah, you know what's insane? Have I talked about it? When I was there for the fires in 2018, and I was in love with them.
Really?
I loved them so much. Maybe this was 2017.
It was 2017 because Oregon was on fire at the same time. Yeah.
I lived in Burbank, and the entire like mountain range behind us was on fire. And during the day, it didn't look that crazy, but at night, it looked like hell.
Yeah.
And I was like totally mesmerized and in love with the fire. I know I sound crazy. I'm like, I wanted it to be bigger. I started setting more, you know. I thought it was, but I got a picture of Smokey the Bear with darts in him. No, but I would just go out like at 2 a.m. I would just go out at 2 a.m. and I would just like walk like the perimeter of the fire. I was like, this is a new kind of weather.
Fucking, I love to think that you were just normal before that, and you just inhaled enough smoke that you're like,
now I'm like
I
this.
believe in witches. That's all I read about.
I was completely entranced by the fire, but it also like reached our backyard. Where like I woke up one morning and I was like, why are there firemen like running past our house? And they were like putting out the hills right next to us.
Damn, dude.
But
yeah, because we had the fires in Oregon that same summer. That's when the gorge caught on fire. It's like the massive thing. It was some 14-year-old who got tried as an adult, and he like set off fireworks in the gorge. And I remember that like just it was black outside every day, and like the sun was like red. It was like blood meridian. You had blood meridian sun. Dude. It's what it was.
Fire sun is powerful, dude.
Yeah, dude. It made me think like there's that thing in Blood Meridian where he talks about the sun rising off of the horizon like the tip of a giant red phallus, and I was just like, yeah, dude, this is a giant cock coming in every day.
Yeah, man, that like there's nothing like it once you've like lived through like a fucking have you ever lived through? No, you've been in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
So no fires.
I mean, I lived through hurricanes as a kid. They were really bad.
Hurricane, it's not the same.
Okay.
Because I've been through. We had hurricanes that would come up. We had a hurricane that actually came to Maryland. It wasn't as crazy as like some of the categories you get down in like Florida or anything. But no, living in a town that is on fire.
Yeah, it's gotta be insane.
It's.
As a kid, I remember like the power got knocked out for like a month. So everyone like came to our house and had to use our shower and shit. Like,
holy shit!
No, like, dude, like the hurricanes there can get kind of apocalyptic.
Well, of course, yeah, definitely.
No.
Yeah, that sounds fucking scary.
No, it's insane. I'm just playing my Game Boy, and they're like, "Do we leave?
It's definitely.
Do we stay?"
Hurricanes are definitely worse.
Yeah.
Well, in some ways, because hurricanes are at least like over, like it's quick, but like this fire.
This fire is not gonna end. Yeah.
What I guess I mean is like living in a town where like wildfires are more surreal.
Oh,
they're
I'm
just
sure.
like going,
no,
you know?
for sure, yeah.
I drive in the fucking there used to be pillars of fire on either side of the highway.
So cool.
It's really cool. It's actually really cool, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, I wonder, is your mom gonna move?
Yeah, I think they're going to Florida, so they're just gonna go fucking jump into that.
Dude, the hurricanes are bad, dude. They're bad. Like,
that's what my dad's afraid about, and
he should
they
be,
want Florida. I keep.
We're in Florida.
Fuck, I can't remember.
Okay.
I can't remember.
It's like in the south, or
I think so.
Okay, that's where the hurricanes are bad.
I don't want to. I don't want to guess. I just know my mom wants to live on the beach, but I'm trying to convince them to move to Savannah because I know that's their second choice, and I want to die in Atlanta. Atlanta might be my favorite place I've ever been.
Dude, I got a bunch of friends in Atlanta, and I was supposed to go there. I got COVID, so I wasn't able to go, but Yeah,
Dude,
I've heard amazing
Plane
things.
tickets are $60 round trip from Chicago to Atlanta. Like, dude, Atlanta might be the coolest fucking city I've ever been to. Like, I loved it so much.
All right, you know what, Carson, if you're listening to this, I'm gonna fucking me and Noah and Ben and Zach are gonna come stay at your house in
We're
Atlanta.
coming.
Well, I'm trying to convince Ben to go down there with me because I think like that's like my next stop after Chicago. Is I
Okay.
want to live in Atlanta.
Oh, you're already
And-
thinking about where you're gonna live next.
Yeah, I mean, if Lily's down for it and all that stuff, and I'm trying to convince Ben like you got to move here too. Everything you want, everything
Yeah.
you talk about in Austin is in Atlanta
Dude,
for
dude,
real.
Don't go to Austin. dude.
Don't go to Austin.
The Chitlin circuit in Atlanta. I mean, if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you the funniest comedian in the world.
Yeah,
There were so many comedians in DC who like, well, the double-edged sword of that is like, they're the funniest. Nobody is better at comedy than Atlanta comedians. Unfortunately, not that many people have heard of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like that's like the
Well,
weird
even
thing
if I
about it.
quit comedy and just want to live on a river,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like I want to live on the Chattahoochee and just die, you know, like that's cool.
If
South
you
rules,
guys
dude.
if you guys go to Atlanta, let me know because I got friends down there and it would be a nice excuse to like see them.
Yeah,
and also
yeah,
introduce
dude.
you guys to them.
Yeah, that'd be dope. And Lily's best friend lives in Atlanta, so
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, I got to travel around the country more.
I don't know.
I gotta fucking do that. I feel like we've been doing like 2 hours.
Yeah, this has been
This is a
good.
long
How
podcast.
long? Yeah, how long have we been going?
Let's see.
Oh yeah, I mean yeah, it's 8:20.
All right, yeah, we did an hour and a half. That's
Nice,
Hell yeah,
dude.
dude.
Beautiful.
Good shit.
Cool.
All right, thank you guys for listening. We'll be back next week. Sorry this one wasn't on time, and yeah, I'm gonna start promoting the socials more. I think I'm gonna start a Discord for people who are listening. So
Oh hell yeah, dude.
I'll start putting those in my stories and stuff. You guys can
Okay.
chat in there.
Cool.
All right, thank you guys. Bye.